So I bought this Out Sunny greenhouse. It's a 10 by 20 and it's 7 feet tall. And I've been potting up plants. I kind of anchored it with the, I don't know if you can see the corner there, 55-gallon black drums, so they can be heat sinks and then also hold it down in the wind. I tried to anchor it to one and it bent right there. But I anchored it on the four corners. So there's one over here. You can't see that one, but it's anchored, and then I also put a strap in the middle so that the middle doesn't bow out, because it's kind of cheaply made. It was like $250 online, but it's worked good, and the plastic's actually nice. I like the grid in it. It seems stronger. But I'll show you all my plants. So I got some tomatoes and then cucumbers, cantaloupe, watermelon. There's 5 different varieties of cucumbers I'm starting, so these haven't come up yet. And then all these tomatoes, and there's peppers, and there's some peach trees over there I started from seed. There's more tomatoes over there, marigolds, cosmos. I guess the marigolds are good for pests, to keep pests away. So I wanted to grow a bunch of those for my garden here, and then I'm doing a big market garden out at my father-in-law's orchard. And then I tried some succulents because I want to try to pot those up for inside plants. And then I started some onions because I wanted to have some bigger ones this year, instead of just growing them from seed out in the direct sowing them. There's some zinnia elegans, and then some more flowers. I think they're daisies, and there's another variety, I can't remember what it was. And then I have some herbs. These probably need to go out. They're probably too hot in here, so they're a little bit reddish and need to be up potted. Some more tomatoes I need to pot up. A bunch of tomatoes. And then there's some peach trees I need to pot up again because they're starting to turn red and yellow. I don't know if it's too cold outside or if they're just not getting enough nutrients. I dug up a bunch of strawberries from my patch to pot them so I can sell them. And then they were just bare root, and it's kind of cool to see them all come alive. They come alive sooner in the greenhouse because it's warm. And then I bought some. So these are like June bearing that I had. And then I bought some because I've heard good things about Albion and Seascape because they're day neutral. So I bought a bunch of those, and they're starting to come right now. And there's some more over here. And they're starting to come alive. They were just roots with the tops ripped off, basically. Dormant. I've got some shelving coming because I'm running out of space. I didn't think I'd plant this many plants, but there's quite a few in here, and I need to up pot everything. I got a little station over here with the chicken feed and stuff because I just soak wheat and stuff. So there's wheat, and I got extra potting soil and some garbage and stuff, and all my planters underneath the table here, and I can just pot them up in one of these. I think it's an oil thing, but it's for like catching oil, an oil drain pan or whatever, but it works good for that. And I think they were $5 when I bought them. And there's a lemon tree. We've had it for a year, but it's finally like doing really good and growing since I put it in the greenhouse on warm days, and then I bring it in at night because it doesn't like it so cold. And I just have a radiant electric heater for when it dips down. Like last night it was 27, so I turned that on to make sure they don't freeze in here. One night I forgot to turn it on and it was really cold, and my bigger tomatoes all looked pretty sad and were really purple, but now they came back. So when it's like 50, when the sun's shining outside, I have to open up both doors or else it just gets way hot in here. Like right now it's like 35 outside and it's 60 in here, but the sun's still out, so it's nice and warm still. And that's something I didn't know about greenhouses is, you know, it's not just a direct, easy science of if it's because people ask how many degrees warmer is it outside versus inside, and it's like it's all over the place, because if the sun's out, inside the greenhouse will be 20 to 30 degrees warmer, but if it's not out, it'll probably be, if it's cloudy, it's only 5 degrees warmer, or a little warmer, depending on if you have heat sinks and different things like that. And also you need to have your access to be able to open both doors, because it gets really hot when the sun's shining and it's hot outside. But I planted some of the first tomatoes. I think I started those beginning of March, were some of these first ones. But they're kind of shorter and stuff. I don't know, the ones you buy at some of the nurseries are like, don't have that many leaves and are 12 inches tall. I don't know if that's better or not, but these ones don't have any chemical fertilizers on them or anything. I just pot them up once they need more nutrients. There's the greenhouse though. It's kind of fun. It's been a backyard experience. I'm a serial entrepreneur, so I like to try new things. And lately I've wanted to produce something. I don't want to just be a reseller or a middleman on a lot of stuff. I want to be able to produce stuff, because I feel like that's an issue we're having nowadays in the United States is we don't have a lot of producers, and that's where I want to be, is be a producer. And I think that's going to be the future. If you have something that you can produce, you have job security. And so my goal with the greenhouse is I want to be a farmer. I want to grow stuff and produce. And so I'm going to actually sell plants, and whatever doesn't sell, I'm going to do a no-till market garden. So I don't know if anybody's seen Richard Perkins from Sweden. He does a cool no-till garden, and I really like his setup. I'm going to try that with the cardboard, compost, and wood chips in between. I'm going to try that setup. So the way I see being successful growing produce and being a farmer is you have to have multiple revenue streams. So you have to have, like, I don't know, my goal is have 10 different revenue streams that each make $5,000 to start out. So if I can sell plants, so all these, and make $5,000, that's one revenue stream. If I can harvest seeds and sell seeds, that's another revenue stream. There's a million when you're farming, you know, you can come up with different ones. But I was thinking it would be cool to sell eggs. If you can have a one sales channel is selling eggs. Another could be you could sell meat, chickens. You can, you know, if you have several ways to make money, then you can get to your eventual goal of 50 to 100 grand, what you want to make in a year. But for this year, I'm gonna try to hit 20 to 50, somewhere in there. And I'm really just experimenting with stuff. I've had a small garden in the past, but I've never done a large market garden. And I'm gonna try to do a 50 by 100 foot market garden this year, so about 5,000 square foot, no till. And then I was gonna try to grow some things on top of that. So my father-in-law has 5 acres in Perry, Utah, so about 5 minutes away, and he's got peach trees, cherry trees, and I'm gonna try to, and he's got a bunch of extra land, so I'm gonna help him with the peaches and the cherries. And then behind him, where he's already irrigating, I'm gonna try to plant some like corn and sunflowers, so I can supplement my chicken feed and not have to pay for feed, you know. And that'd be kind of cool. And then I want to do like a strawberry patch and raspberry patch and things like that, you know, and kind of get it set up this year, because I won't be able to make or do a lot of stuff that takes multiple years to establish. But my goal is to start and learn this year, and then see what happens. I still have my shave ice business, and I sell inflatables, and the Peachtree, so we do have a gift shop as well, and I'm doing all that, but I kind of don't work too often there. I work 3 5-hour shifts, so I want to do something else, you know, something, and growing things is kind of something I'm interested right now, so that's where I'm going with this. So if you guys want to follow along with the market garden, I'll try to keep you updated and show real numbers. To me, it's interesting to see real numbers, and I'm keeping track of all my expenses so I can show you guys real numbers on the potting mix, all the containers, any tools I buy, anything I want to use for this. I'm trying to keep everything and organize it really well so I can show you real numbers after our first year, and as well as sales and what things I learn, and kind of update you that way. It's really interesting to me. I've watched a lot of videos of everybody else that show things that they've done, but some people don't show real numbers, and it kind of bothers me because they just don't, they're not transparent, you know. And it's like, how are you making a living? You only have 10 chickens, you know, and they act like they're a farm, and I don't know. I'd rather see real stuff and show you that. So